What does it do? What did it do? What did it do when it does what it does? It's your boy Tone 202. You know what? I need to jam for a second. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got here. Let me get music out there. Anyways, I decided to go live because, or not live. Well, can't go live because my speaker, uh, basically, my voice isn't being picked up, so you guys can't hear me. And yeah, that's not cool. So I'm just gonna play this. Put this song on repeat. Let it do what it does. Anyways, I wanted to talk about being old, basically. Hey, okay. All right. So I wanted to talk about when TV used to go off. Now, I know this is an old topic. Not that there are a lot of people out there making videos about when TV used to go off. But when TV used to go off, I was in my teens. So I was 14, 15. And basically, I lived in the projects, very poor. Everybody there was on welfare. Excuse me. Everybody there was on welfare. We were all pretty poor. Whole families. There wasn't a lot of chaos that there is today. You step outside and, you just don't come back nowadays. Back then, nobody expected this kind of craziness. But, so, when the street lights came on, you pretty much went in the house. You couldn't keep your kids in the house back then. We were all super athletes. We played everything. Very healthy, too, because we were always out in the elements. But when it was time to come in, you ate dinner. You kicked it with your brothers and sisters. Your sisters would usually retreat to their room, or my sisters would. And then, it was me and my brothers in the living room watching whatever. And if it was not a school night, if it was on a Friday or a Saturday, or you just wasn't going to school the next day because Pittsburgh had ridiculous amounts of snow. And every now and then it'd be like, no school tomorrow. We'd be like, rejoice. And there was much rejoicing. So we'd be like, okay, boom, that means we can stay up and watch all kind of craziness on the 4 channels that used to be television. That's right. There were only 4 channels. There was NBC, CBS, Fox, and then there was Channel 21 or something like that. I don't know what network it was on. Nonetheless, in those 4 channels, you found stuff to watch. Hawaii Five-0 and, all kind of shows that were very old. You watched freaking Superman, and you watched a lot. You watched the first Batman. Bang, pow, bang, ba, Batman. You watch stuff like that. You had Black Belt Theater that came on Saturdays. It's why a lot of black people from my age group knew how to fight. For one, we didn't carry weapons the majority of the time. A lot of times it was a one-on-one. And we watched a lot of Black Belt Theater, and we took that to the streets. Like, what? You really had people do that who would learn how to flip and do all that. So we did that because, it's what we did. But anyways, so the TV would go off in between 10 and then it got later all the way up to 1 o'clock. Now, when the TV went off, you would hear something like this. This is a test of it. Let me turn the music down. So I want you guys to hear. I can't even do the whole thing. There you go. It'd be some white man. You go, this is a test. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test. Now, that's not verbatim, but it would sound like that. and then they would give you instructions on if you heard the sound that emulates from your television next, which is a beep, and then you would see this color sign, basically pretty much you thought a nuclear strike was going to happen, and that was the reason for it. Now you got to understand, just a few years before that, before I was probably around when I was born in the 60s, Orson Welles and them had a, when TV was first came out, people, sit around and they would just listen to the TV. They wouldn't watch the TV. They would listen to the TV. And, of course, then War of the Worlds came out, where it was pretty much a show, but everyone believed it so much that they thought that the world was being invaded by aliens. So, and also, of course, you had a couple world wars that will happen. One was in 48, and then, of course, we're in America, so we piss everybody off. So we've been at war. And because we're always, at war and we go and start wars with people, this is one reason why the emergency broadcasting system was actually made. It was made for a nuclear strike. That's because we piss everybody off, because we invade everyone. But that's what it was made for. So when television would go off, you would always hear, "This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency broadcasting system. Should you hear this, during a regular time, then they would give you instructions on where to go, or, on what to do." Pretty much, they're saying that a nuclear strike is about to happen. That was the only reason why the emergency broadcasting system was there, for a nuclear strike. So it was their way of warning everyone that you're pretty much about to be turned to dust, which is what they did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And which is why they made it. Because of what they did to Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we dropped 2 nuclear bombs on them after they hit Pearl Harbor, and we knew they were going to hit Pearl Harbor. So the president let them hit Pearl Harbor just so we can drop bombs on them to see if they work. And they liquefied people within seconds and vaporized people, and, that happened in Japan. And now Japan's our allies, go figure. So I just wanted to explain some things, about when I was growing up, especially when it comes to the television, because things have changed now. And I don't even watch TV now. I don't even have one. I just use my computer for whatever I want to see. And one reason is because of all the ads. I don't want to watch all your ads. So I just don't have a TV whatsoever. And anyways, one last part about the emergency broadcasting system, or when the TV goes off. Sometimes, we will fall asleep, especially on a weekend, on a Friday or a Saturday. My mom wouldn't come out and be like, "Get in bed!" She'd be like, "The kids are sleeping in the living room." And we'd be all crashed because we watched whatever came on. Usually Godzilla. Okay? Godzilla, Godzuki. Okay? I watched Godzilla. I did. Okay? I admit it. I still watch Godzilla. I can't help it. I like Godzilla. Okay? Anyway, without Matthew Broderick. Anyway, Ferris Bueller. Anyways, so Godzilla, King Ghidorah and Mothra and Ghidorah and all that, with the Asian girls that would sing to the giant moth. Anyway, so you watch Godzilla and stuff like that. And while you're watching Godzilla, you fall asleep. And when you fell asleep, the TV would go off, but it was the broadcasting that went off. So the channels would cut the broadcasting. Now, some of this was for religious reasons. Back when America was still, believing in God. They don't do that no more. They're like, blast everybody with as much information as you can. Get the money, get the money. Back then, it was just like, no, it's Sunday. We're cutting it off. It's 10 o'clock. Boom. Done. Okay? No TV. All right? Everybody's sitting around the dinner table. Okay? What are you going to do? But no. It's like, get the money now. So, but what we called snowflakes. So the screen would look like it was snowing, but it wouldn't be like, dum 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 ding 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 a ling ding 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 a ling ding. It wouldn't look like that. It would look like a blizzard. It looked like, and that's what you would hear. And sometimes it'd wake you up. You'd be like, well, I guess it's time to go to bed. Then you'd stumble off the bed. But it would just turn off. You would see this white, and it would just be white and black. And we called it snow. And it would be like that until around 8 o'clock the next morning. No, earlier than that, because the double Dutch bus would wake us up around 6 o'clock, 6 or 7. The double Dutch bus coming down the street, beating down or thinking about a go be. Anyways, I said, anyways, the double Dutch bus was my song, and it woke us up every morning to, get ready to go to school. So the TV would still be off when the double Dutch bus came on, which is around 7 o'clock. So TV didn't come on till maybe 8 or 9. So anyways, that's what life used to be like back in the 70s, which is pretty much when I was a teenager. And the TV used to go off. Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202. Just want to share that with you guys. And guys have a good evening. I think I'm going to jam a little bit. This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This